Remember back in the 80s when people said the Japanese would never match the Europeans? Spoiler, they ended up dominating half the planet. Or in the 2000s, when Koreans were seen as the cheap options on the block, and today they're a symbol of reliability. Well, history is repeating itself. This time, it's the Chinese. There are still people who look at them with suspicion, that they're unsafe, that they don't last, that they're cheap copies. But the truth is very different. In less than 10 years, the Chinese auto industry went from being the awkward guest to challenging giants that have been untouchable for decades. And here's the thing, we're not talking about promises or weird prototypes that never hit the streets. No, these are SUVs that are already on sale and selling big. That's why today on Motorlife, I'm going to show you 4 Chinese models that, even if some still look at them sideways, are truly hidden gems. So get comfortable, because what used to seem like a joke could end up being the best purchase you ever make.
And we're starting with the one that is literally giving Toyota and the others a headache, the BYD Song Plus DMI. This SUV has become a phenomenon because it combines something that until recently seemed impossible: the technology of a premium vehicle at a mortal price. Its offer is simple: an electrified hybrid SUV that can travel almost 100 kilometers on electricity alone. That means for daily life, commuting to work, taking the kids to school, grocery runs, you barely use any gasoline. And when it's time for long trips, the combustion engine kicks in, extending the range to over 1,000 kilometers. In other words, you can go on vacation without constantly hunting for charging stations or gas pumps. And it's not just efficient. It also responds quickly, is quiet, and feels modern. This is all possible thanks to BYD's famous Blade battery system, known for its safety and durability. So much so that today it is considered one of the most reliable in the world.
On the inside, the experience doesn't disappoint either. The first thing that catches your eye is the 15-inch rotating central screen, which you can set horizontally or vertically like the giant smartphone of your dreams. Add a panoramic roof, comfortable seats, and quality materials, and you'll understand why many no longer see this SUV as the cheap Chinese option, but as a more logical choice than several Japanese and European models. The best part is the price. It starts at around $33,000, while a Toyota RAV4 hybrid easily exceeds $40,000. That nearly $7,000 difference is no small thing. More range, more technology, and a next-generation battery, for less money. It's no wonder the Song Plus DMI is selling like hotcakes in China, Europe, and increasingly in Latin America. This is not the promising Chinese SUV of the future. It's a powerful present that proves BYD is already playing in the big league of electrification.
After BYD's show of authority, it's time to talk about a model that is practically the official ambassador of Chinese cars in many markets, the Haval H6 hybrid. This SUV is living proof of how, in just a few years, they went from being seen as cheap imitators to competing head-to-head with Japanese and Korean brands. The H6 has an argument that's hard to ignore: price. It can be found for around $32,000, far less than direct rivals like the Toyota Corolla Cross or the Honda CR-V hybrid, which flirt with $40,000. And here's the interesting part: despite costing less, it doesn't feel like the typical stripped-down or basic version. On the contrary, it feels like you're getting more than what you paid for. Under the hood, it has a 1.5 turbo engine combined with a hybrid system that delivers over 240 horsepower in total. This translates into a very appealing balance: enough power for the highway and, at the same time, fuel consumption that can reach up to 20 kilometers per litro in the city. In other words, it's not only cheap to buy, it also helps you save gasoline every month.
But what really impresses is the interior. There are no hard, austere plastics like some still imagine when they hear Chinese SUV. The H6 offers ventilated seats, a panoramic roof, soft touch materials, and a multimedia system with modern digital screens. If you got in with your eyes closed, you could easily think you were in a high-end SUV. And don't overlook safety and technology. It comes with adaptive cruise control, autonomous braking, lane keeping assistance, and even semi-automatic parking. These are features that in many brands are only on top-of-the-line versions, Here they come included. Its success is no coincidence. In countries like Thailand, the Haval H6 has already outsold the Corolla Cross itself, a model that once seemed untouchable. This makes it clear that we're not talking about an experiment, but an SUV that is already winning over thousands of drivers. In short, the H6 is that student everyone underestimated, and today it's getting better grades than those who had been dominating the class for years.
If the Haval H6 impresses with what it offers in a compact format, the Chery Tiggo 8 Pro comes to cover another equally important front: families who need space, comfort, and technology without having to mortgage the house. Its strongest card is clear: 3 rows of seats with capacity for 7 passengers. That already puts it a step above rivals like the Toyota RAV4 or the Honda CR-V, which only offer 5 seats. Here we're talking about an SUV designed for the whole family, friends, or even for those who carry half their stuff every time they go on a trip. Now, don't think that being bigger means it falls short in other areas. The Tiggo 8 Pro doesn't sacrifice design or finishes. Its cabin offers soft materials, chrome details, and ambient lighting that give it a premium feel. And under the hood is where things get even more interesting. It combines a gasoline engine with a plug-in hybrid system that delivers more than 320 horsepower, accompanied by a real electric range close to 75 kilometers. This means that, in the city, you could almost always drive in 100% electric mode and only rely on the gasoline engine for long trips. In short, you save on fuel, reduce emissions, and on top of that, enjoy more horsepower than many of its direct competitors.
The price starts at $35,000, and this is where the cost-benefit ratio becomes clear. For the price of a basic 5-seat Japanese SUV, Chery gives you a plug-in hybrid with 7 seats, more horsepower, and more technology. This equation is what is making the brand one of the best-selling in Latin America. The equipment also delivers a large central screen for connectivity, adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring, and a 360-degree camera. Everything is designed to make the driving experience modern, safe, and practical. So if you thought Chinese manufacturers only made small, cheap SUVs, the Tiggo 8 Pro comes to show that they can also compete in the large family SUV league, and with plenty of strong arguments.
And to close with a flourish, we arrive at one of the most surprising SUVs of this new Chinese generation, the Geely Boyue L. This model is proof of how a brand that just a few years ago was barely known outside China is now, thanks to its partnership with Volvo, seriously playing in the big leagues. The first thing that catches your eye is its design. There are no copies or attempts to imitate anyone. Balanced lines, a robust front, and a minimalist interior with a clearly European feel. If you glance at it quickly, you could even swear it's a Scandinavian SUV. In technology, the Boyue L also stands out. It integrates an efficient hybrid system that achieves very competitive fuel consumption compared to Japanese and Korean models, and its cabin is dominated by a 27-inch panoramic screen that centralizes all connectivity, navigation, and entertainment functions. It's a fully digital experience that many traditional manufacturers still don't offer in this price range. The cabin is not only technological, it also conveys quality. Seats with electric adjustments, well-finished materials, and a quiet environment that make it feel like a premium SUV. On top of that, it comes with a complete driver assistance package, including adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assistance, and surround view cameras.
But the most interesting part is the price. It starts at $28,000. That puts it in direct competition with models like the Mazda CX-5 or the Honda CR-V, but with a clear advantage: more equipment, more technology, and a more modern design. In short, the Geely Boyue L is the strong card the brand is using to establish itself outside China. It's an SUV that not only surprises with what it offers, but also confirms something we've seen throughout this journey: Chinese cars are no longer what they used to be.
So now you know, Chinese SUVs are no longer a promise. They are a reality that is completely changing the market. They offer more technology, more range, more design, and best of all, at prices that put traditional rivals under pressure. Now I want to hear from you. Would you dare to buy one of these models? Leave your answer in the comments because at Motor Life, the conversation never stops. And if you found this content useful, remember to support the channel. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Give it a like, share it with your car-loving friends, and join our WhatsApp community by scanning the QR code on the screen or through the link in the description. And don't go just yet. On the screen, you'll find more videos that I'm sure you'll find interesting. Pick the one you want and keep enjoying the best of the automotive world with Motor Life.